Good afternoon, Hattiesburg. Thanks for joining us for this COVID-19 and city news briefing for Tuesday, July 14th. Today we'll go over numbers, we'll talk about some statewide information, some non-COVID related news, and of course our regular act of courage. Today's numbers, these are system-wide numbers for all of our healthcare organizations, Forest General and its 19 counties, Merritt's 18 counties, Cimarron and Hattiesburg Clinic's multiple counties. To date, we've done 29,342 tests among our healthcare organizations. 2,881 of those have come back positive. Of course, I say this every time, they're not all in Forest and Lamar counties, and they're not all current cases. 24,901 have come back negative. We have 1,515 tests which are currently pending. Right now in the hospital, we have 70 people between Merritt Health Wesley and Forest General who are COVID positive. We have another 25 who are currently under investigation, and talking to our healthcare professionals today, about 15% of those under investigations usually come back positive as well. Right now in the ICU, 29 people between our two hospitals. That's over the average for the last 2 weeks. This is how this has looked since the first part of April, and as you can see, we've had to add additional lines in the last couple of days as these hospitalizations have increased. And so if you think about just the enormity of the increase, and we'll see this on some other slides later, up until about a week ago, we were kind of living under that 50 mark, and now we've well past that, sitting at 70 right now. When we talk about the ICU, the 29 people that we have there, just kind of trying to figure out who those folks are. 63 is the average age. They come from 11 different counties. I will say out of the 29, 8 of them are from Forest County. We also have multiple people from Marion, Simpson, Lamar, and so again, this goes back with 11 of your 29 from 11 counties with 29 people. It goes back to the fact that Hattiesburg is kind of the hub of healthcare for South Mississippi, and so we're going to get people as far north as Clark County, Simpson County, all the way down to the coastal counties as well. Today, in terms of new positive cases, Forest County had 28 and Lamar County had 28, which brings our metro area total 56 new positive cases today, bringing the total to 1,071 since this began for Forest County. Lamar County is at 612, total metro area 1,683. 5-day average is where we take the number of new positive cases on a given day. We average it with the 2 days prior and the 2 days after. Again, another graph where we've had to add new lines. Had kind of up to now lived under the 30 mark in terms of the metro area. That's the gray line. The gray line is the combination of the blue and the orange line added together. Obviously, with both Forest and Lamar County continuing to see increases, that metro area line gets bigger as well. We also look at the number of cases inside the last 14 days. These are the number of cases whose tests have come back positive in the past 2 weeks. They may have been experiencing symptoms well before that, and so their quarantine date may not be a full 14 days. But typically, with the information that we get, knowing this disease lasts 14 days or fewer, unless there's an adverse reaction, you can kind of give sort of an estimate on how many active cases you might have in your community. And right now at Forest County, that number sits at 272. I remember 2 weeks ago we were talking about an active case of just over 100. Lamar County is at 205 now, and so looking at those on a graph, you kind of see that the previous peak in mid-May got us to 200 in Forest County and just over 50 in Lamar County. Obviously, we're well past that in both counties now. Forest County just still under 300 at 270. Lamar County hitting the 200 mark. So we're talking about getting close to potentially 500 active cases in the last 14 days in our community. And so that's a problem as we go back and review our goals. We want to protect vulnerable populations. The more people you have testing positive, the greater likelihood that someone who's vulnerable is going to get it. These are people over 60, people with pre-existing conditions, underlying chronic health issues. We're also seeing, and we've talked about this yesterday in a Facebook post, overrun of the healthcare system, and I'll share some statewide information on that. And then if you can do 1 and 2, you can usually prioritize public health while keeping the private sector open. So all of these things are struggles for us right here in the middle of July. 4 factors that continue to guide us: the widespread availability of testing. I know that the Cough and Fever Clinic has been going strong since the beginning. We've added the Monday, Wednesday, Friday testing opportunity at C.E. Roy Community Center. That's available 8 to 2 on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Also, Merit Health Wesley has been offering some, if you're symptomatic, offering some same-day testing opportunities by calling 844-MS-MERIT. Those are at all of their Pine Belt locations that you can call. Again, that's 844-MS-MERIT. We talk about the wearing of masks on a regular basis, watching our own data, listening to all voices. One of those voices is our state health officer. And today they came out with some new statewide numbers. Today we had 862 new positive cases. That's statewide. Had 23 new deaths. We've been fortunate in Forest and Lamar counties to not have deaths since the late part of June. But as you get more people in the ICU, that number could change as well. But some increasing stress on the hospital system is what was talked about today from Dr. Dobbs during Governor Reeves' briefing. We stand at 805 hospitalizations right now. 227 of those are in the ICU. But just in the past 5 days, there's been an increase of 119 hospitalizations, an increase of 40 ICU utilizations. And so the message there is that the continuing stress is going to add pressure to the health system statewide. We'd love to see that go down before we start entering the fall and winter, which is kind of your peak sort of flu season. Some non-COVID related city news. A couple of things for you today. Today we had our first summer splash day at Chain Park. This is a socially distanced opportunity for kids to get out and enjoy kind of the water experience because the community pools are not open this summer. We'll have this again on Thursday, July 16th at Timms Elementary. We'll be back the 21st at Vernon Damer Park, and then you can see here at Tatum Park, and then Duncan Lake, and then eventually C.E. Roy. We'll continue to be adding these as the summer goes on. But a couple things that we've kind of want you to know. First of all, the event is free. If your kids want to get out there, they can. Just come to one of those events. There is a waiver you need to sign before they go out and get in the water. The splash areas are set up on parking lots and concrete areas, and so that's obviously hot. Please make sure your child has appropriate footwear, and make sure towel, sunscreen, water to stay hydrated. All those things are important. And again, we will be requiring social distancing and to keep all of our kids safe as well. Some infrastructure news, which will be very welcome to the citizens of Ward 5. Ida Avenue, Baxter, Jordan, and parts of Berry all are being repaved this week. I know that Ida and Berry have needed it for a very long time, particularly since the tornado, and so the residents of Ward 5 around Vernon Damer Park, this is some very great infrastructure that's going in for your neighborhood. And finally, our act of courage. Every year there is the WDAM Blood Bowl, sponsored by Vitalent, and this is a chance for all of our local communities to compete against one another and to really try and refill a lot of our shortage in blood supply throughout our community. July 20th in Wiggins, the 21st in Laurel and Collins, the 22nd Columbia and Summerall. But for our immediate viewers, July 23rd will be at Lake Terrace Convention Center. And so please sign up to go to vitalent.org to make your appointment. And let's really have Hattiesburg show up and do its part to win Blood Bowl 2020, especially at a time when we really need it. So as we continue throughout the week, remember to wash your hands, take care of yourself mentally and physically. Please wear a mask if you go out in public. Do only what is essential. And remember, especially right now, you are safer at home. I encourage you to be kind to one another and, of course, courage.